What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Coach Joyner's War Room. Today we talking about the Sinister showcase. The first round took place today. The first round, the 8 teams went out there and went at it. I'm not gonna lie, this is probably the best off-season showcase game tournament that we've had so far. Out of the starting games, about 3 of them were close. 3 of them came down to probably the final couple minutes. But I just want to shout out some guys that really showed out today. On both teams. Losing team, winning team, it don't matter. Like, team 1, Brendan Gaucher really showed his bag today. He got in his bag. Giving us some tough buckets, especially early and during the comeback. He really turned it on. There was a middle part where he struggled a little bit, but he was able to get it back going and helped his team get back into it. Also, I've always been a fan of this kid, KJ Hills. Kid's just a bucket. Not much to say there. We already knew that. But Jordan Scott, on the defensive end, he was in people's pockets. He was taking people cookies the whole game. I think that was Sauce Mo. He done got a couple steals off of. And speaking of Sauce Mo and his team, Jubes Mason Jr., that kid's an athlete. He can get to the rack whenever he wants to, and when he does, he's gonna go up on you. And it might not be anything you can do to stop him. Another Tony Medici, man, he might be a smaller big, but if he gets you in the post, he has the footwork to make you pay. I don't care if he is smaller. He can rebound. He can post you up. And if he gets some even more size on him, it might be dangerous for the rest of the league. Now, the second game, I had to step away, so I wasn't as locked in. I caught some clips. So in those clips, nobody really stood out to me to the point where I'm changing my opinion about anybody. All these guys are good players, but nobody really stood out to me in the few clips that I did see. I didn't get to see the whole game, though, so maybe throughout the whole game, if I would have watched the whole game, maybe somebody would have stood out, but I wasn't able to do it. I had to take care of some other stuff. But game 3, they scored 44 points. So team 5, nobody really stood out. I mean, it's hard to stand out when as a team you're scoring 44 points through 4 quarters. That's almost 11 points a quarter. That's just not it. But team 6, of course, my boy Orion stood out, especially later in the game where he was just able to get to the rim, and early in the game had some good passes. But Emilio Torres from downtown, I mean, his 3-point shot was good last year, but today, if this is his normal 3-point shot, it's going to be great over there in Arizona. Him and Yams are going to have a good chemistry, but also somebody he shared a good chemistry with early, Hawk. Mr. Hawk, him and Mr. Hawk on the give and goes and letting each other cook in the ISO, they were a dynamic duo out there. And if I'm Arizona, I'm throwing Azriel a offer. I'm throwing him an offer right now. I'm bringing him in for a workout, whatever I need to do, because I need to see if that chemistry can go to the next level. Because their chemistry was nicer, especially early in that game. Especially if Hawk can get off a pick and roll. I mean, if he can get a pick and roll, get an open lane, and go downhill, it's over. Him and Jubes Mason Jr., it's over for anybody underneath that rim. It's done. And that's how you want it. I mean, what else can you ask for? And then the final game. In the final game, I'm a big fan of bigs that can get their work in the post. And I feel Emil Griffin, who showed he could do it last year, and Ray Chuckmore, who's been showing it all offseason in his runs, and even in some of his scrimmages, has shown that they can get in the post and get some buckets, whether that's drop stepping, maybe a hop step, turnaround fades. I think they showed that tonight. They showed a little bit of that tonight. I do think Team 7 might. I wasn't paying attention to the passing later in that game as much as I did early, because there were some cuts that had some bad passes going to, who was that? Mazaka. Mazaka had an open lane, and a bad pass drew him back out and let the defender catch up. And I thought, if they're gonna be passing like that against a team like Team One with Jordan Scott, if they have to play Team One and they're passing like that, they're not winning. Because those passes are getting picked off by Jordan Scott and Gaucher and all those guys. They're playing too much defense over there. But yeah, those two guys down low really stood out. And of course, Biff Markham, he was just on the floor. He was hustling. He was taking charges. And even if he didn't get them, he was still going at them. I mean, but one other thing I was really surprised about was Team 2 lost. And Kai Killens really didn't take over the game like I thought he would. And I don't think he attempted to. He was really passive this game. I don't know if that was him, letting the prep guys get their shine, because he's off to Alabama. He doesn't need any more shine. Let's be honest. It's the biggest name coming out of prep. But yeah, he really didn't take over this game like I thought he could have. Like that other team, if he were to just put his head down and say, I'm taking over this game, I don't think they could have stopped him. To be quite honest, same thing with Suno Choppa. I didn't notice him really taking over the game. Maybe he did, maybe he didn't, maybe I just didn't notice. But those two, those are two players that I thought would have been dominating today. And Kai more so, but Kai had his moments, but he didn't dominate the game like I thought he would have. I thought we would have came out that game talking about him, not Jordan, Gaucher, and Tony, and Jubes. But all in all, everybody has shown some good talent here. Some of them playing out of position, but they've shown some good talent, and I like what I'm seeing. And I hope these next, tomorrow, they keep up that same energy, because we got 3 more games tomorrow, and I want to see them go at it for that championship. Let's go, Team 6, though. Take it home, Team 6.